Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to another week of Hesby Street. We still haven't given up, and it's starting to pay off. We have a ton of new subscribers on YouTube. Welcome, everyone.
47,000.
Yeah. Internet's a crazy place. Anyway, we're happy to have you here. I guess we don't need to tell you to subscribe to YouTube, but check us out on Instagram, Hesby Street Pod, and on Patreon. Become a patron of the podcast. And hey, shit. If you become a top tier patron and want like some Karen, Night of the Living Karen related shit, we'll see what we can do for you. For that, go to patreon.com/Hesby Street. And be sure to buy merch. Get some shirts and shit at HesbyStreetPod.com. Enjoy the show.
That was clean.
That was clean.
That was a clean intro.
You know, I'm on a kind of a hot streak today. I had 2 auditions, one in person.
Hell yeah.
And they both went pretty well. The first audition, I do have to tell you, it's the same confidence I get when I see someone bomb at an open mic. When I started doing comedy, I'd walk in and I go, man, I'm just a guy. You know, I'm not like built for this shit.
Right.
And then you see someone suck and I go, oh, I'm God's greatest gift to this art form. So I went into this audition at a theater. It was like a, playhouse.
Right.
And the guy before me, I can hear him auditioning for my part. And the script is kind of cheesy. There's a part in the script where they go, basically we think they're aliens. Me and my friend investigating aliens landing in like Roswell.
Right.
And so we're asking people at a trailer park, and they're like, and you say it landed in that trailer park? And my character, I'm like the deputy to the investigator. So I go, why do you think they landed in that RV park instead of this one? Cheaper rates? And then my boss looks at me, and I'm like, sorry, boss. And I hear the guy before me, and I hear him do it this way. Very loose interpretation. He goes,
right.
Why do you think they landed in that park instead of this park? Cheaper rates? Sorry, boss. And I'm like, I think I got this.
Right. And this guy got a callback?
Yeah, this is a callback. Whoo! Wild times.
Wow, I gotta start auditioning, man.
I guess I want to see a little bit of everything, you know? You bring yourself into the part.
Yeah.
So that went pretty good. Oh, and I saw like a kind of, not a famous actor. I don't know the guy's name, but I've seen him in a bunch of shit. Mm-hmm. And I walked up to the audition. I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? And I was almost like, is the guy from Breaking Bad? And he
Michael Cranston.
No. Latinx fella. He was also on Training Day at the end when he's about to get jumped at the card game. And the guy goes, or they're just sitting at the table. And the guy goes, I love getting my shit pushed in. Right. You know, that kind of crazy guy?
That dude was in like Clear and Present Danger as the sniper.
Oh, good.
Back when
good
that guy was what was it? Chavez in that movie. What a fucking, it was a badass part. Every part of his has been downhill from then.
Well, from Clear and Present Danger?
Yeah, he was so, as a kid, that was like my favorite character. He was like the badass sniper, dude.
Okay, but I mean, Breaking Bad, he's like
no, I mean better for his career.
I'm
just saying
lord.
For me, yeah,
he's like a cartel, like El Chapo guy,
totally
of meth.
You're right. In everybody else's eyes, his career's only gotten better.
Yeah,
but for me, I'm like, damn, I wish Miss when you were Chavez.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry,
I see him out front, and I was like, hey, what's going on, man? And as I said it, and it took all.
He's kind of older now, right? Like a 50-year-old dude, probably.
Yeah, but he didn't look hella old. He looked good.
He's
still.
Hollywood.
Yeah, it didn't look fake either.
Right. Yeah.
But I was like, I recognized him right away. It looked like he hadn't aged. Yeah. And I was like, hey, man. And it's almost like when you see someone from like TV or something that you love. And my reaction is always like, oh, like my knee-jerk reaction is like, hey.
You're the guy from The Thing.
But all I could remember is I love getting my shit pushed in. Which is such an unfortunate. You're the guy that loves getting his shit pushed in. That is funny. I just hope that when we make it, our catchphrases are a little more.
Well, yours is going to be Night of the Living Karens.
That's
and
fine.
Then mine's going to be like, why are you on the Night of the Living Karens YouTube?
Hey, why are you on this?
Why
guy?
are you on this? You're not in this.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? It is interesting. I feel like now that we have all these I don't even know. So the podcast fans aren't going to even understand what we're talking about because I don't know if they know that like
worlds are colliding.
Yeah, worlds are colliding. So during the pandemic, Zack and Richard Sarvate. Sorry, it's not like. Anyways,
he doesn't listen.
I know. You guys made a 10 episode, which I guess I am in one of the episodes.
You filmed the first sketch.
I filmed the first sketch. It
was just an idea we had. It was like a TikTok, 58-second video.
And then it blew up.
Blew up.
And this is over a year ago.
Yeah. So then we were like, I guess we'll make more.
And then so when we made the YouTube page for the podcast, we put up the sketches.
Because Emily helped film one of them. Emily directed one episode. You like DP'd it.
And then we put up a couple other sketches because it was pandemic. We're just like, we'll put everything on our YouTube page,
right?
Because it's content. What other videos? Where else are these gonna live?
Yeah.
And then apparently in the last couple days,
someone
posted
shared
something
it
somewhere.
Yeah.
Because now they have like millions of views.
Yeah.
And we have all these subscribers that do not enjoy the podcast.
No. And that's the tricky thing about like fame or like when you think you just want like followers. Like I always was under the mindset of, well, one of these things will hit.
Right.
Because we're always working on like 20 things at once.
Yeah.
I figure one will get a ton of eyes on it. And then
they'll love everything else.
They'll be like, I want more of Zack. And then they look at more and they're like, I want less of Zack. I want more of the thing I love.
Yes.
So that's where we're at now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get mad at them. They subscribed because of the Karen videos.
Yeah.
And now they're like, why no more Karen videos?
Yeah.
But also, what else is there to... I mean, you've squeezed that lemon.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, are you just going to be like...
I can keep making them, but...
But it's also like it's the Karen thing itself is getting old.
Yeah,
and then you guys created a very funny thing.
The thing about
you could keep doing it.
We could,
but it would get old if it isn't old yet. It's
Yeah.
one of those things like when you see a good TV like Schitt's Creek, they stopped at season 6.
Yeah, right.
That was brilliant.
Some people want more.
Oh, I would love more.
Yeah,
but also I know that they probably made the right choice.
Yeah,
so you're stuck in that.
So what you're left to do is go. You know what? I support whatever their next project is.
There you go. And whoever they bring on along with them.
Yeah. Even if it's a weird name that's confusing to you.
Could be Torio, could be Torio. It doesn't matter.
Could be Victor Oreo. Has anyone called you Victor Oreo?
I've never gotten Victor Oreo. I've gotten Victor. I've gotten Oreo. Never Victor Oreo. I've gotten Victorio.
Have you gotten Victrola?
No.
That's like an old record player.
Oh.
Who played on the Victrola.
I didn't know that.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so welcome. We got some fun stuff coming up.
Calendar shoot in 2 days. I am terrified.
We have the calendar shoot in 2 days. Torio is terrified.
Yeah, so I feel like this whole podcast we're just explaining.
Yeah,
things.
we got it. It's like, okay, so welcome to our friend group. So earlier we did a weight loss challenge.
Do you like seeing fat guys shirtless?
And we thought it'd be funny as a punishment, if
back then I thought that we had like 100 subscribers.
Right now it's like we might sell 50,000 calendars.
Just like, and I've only gained the weight back. You know what I mean? We should have filmed. We should have shot the calendar at my skinniest, but all I did was, God, this is a rough time. Happy holidays.
So we did a weight loss challenge, and Torio lost.
And Zack may have cheated.
I didn't cheat, but I understand why there's a window that feels foggy to Torio.
And not just me.
And
the majority of the podcast fans.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, they're all on your side now.
But so the loser has to do a shirtless calendar, and we have some fun photos coming up. Maybe I'll be in one of the calendars. We'll see. I mean, one of the months. So yeah, support the pod and buy one of these calendars. We're gonna get them going by the end of the year.
Probably by the end, early December.
Yeah,
because you got to buy them.
Great stocking
January.
stuffer.
Oh, yeah, they fold right into a stocking.
Writing a script now.
No one cares, dude.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
You writing a script?
I'm writing a script.
About what?
It's a comedy feature length. And I'm really excited about it.
Nice,
I think it's going to be pretty funny.
Premise?
I can't tell you yet.
Oh, you think I'm going to steal it?
No, I think the 50,000 new people here who I haven't seen their faces yet. Before we knew every podcast subscriber on a first and last name basis. It's honestly middle name. I think I have most everyone's middle names.
You're talking about Caroline Leslie Brock. Took a shot. I'm almost for sure wrong.
It sounded so certain.
Caroline Ann?
Caroline
Lee?
Ann. I've been, what I've been falling into? History TikTok.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to History TikTok. There's some wild shit out there, man. There's
Hister
this
talk.
guy. There's this guy. Have you heard of the Habsburgs?
No, I have not.
Okay, so the Habsburgs were like royalty in Europe back in the day, and back when like you'd be like an Austrian family, but they just like had put a king in like every country.
Yes.
And they inbred like motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
So they had like something known as the Habsburg jaw, which is like
Oh, no.
such a underbite that like it was hard for them to eat
Damn.
and like speak.
And they're just in charge of everyone.
They're the king.
Yeah.
So this one dude who was like the end of the family tree, like because science was like, no.
You
Like
can't even have a boner.
He couldn't reproduce.
Yeah. You're that
He
far
was
gone.
reportedly, his aunt and his grandma were the same person.
Weird.
And I don't even want to get into the nitty gritty of that.
Wait.
Yeah, it's just that's what it is. Okay. And we have more to cover here. And,
You just can't stop there.
Dude, we're not
'Cause if
talking
you're
sex.
stopping every time, this is gonna take too long.
yeah, we got stuff to really tackle here. He was he had the jaw. They said he mentally wasn't fully all there. This is your king
Of Austria.
of Spain, I believe, but from an Austrian family.
Got it.
So inbred that he couldn't reproduce, and in an old like witchy attempt to be able to reproduce.
Oh no.
He would go to bed next to his exhumed body of his father. His dead dad
Now
slept in the same room as him.
in the coffin or just out of coffin?
I don't know. But
Mummified?
I picture like a spooning of a mummy. But I don't know. Okay. So,
Because it'd just be like, because he's still trying to have sex, right? Because there has to be a woman
he
there,
has a woman.
and then it's just like, don't mind Dad.
He's like, can I sleep with my wife? And they're like, no, you got to go sleep with the dead dad. And the wife's like, I think it's for the best.
Wait, so she's not also in that bed?
I don't know if she's in that bed.
Got
he might
it,
get his
okay.
own chambers.
Makes sense. For her sake, God, I hope.
I hope so, man.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, I mean, I hope she just probably lied and was like, yep, we had sex in there. And he's like, I'm pretty sure I know what sex is. And she's like, that's right. We were
'Cause you're so
having
good
sex,
at it.
Sex time. And she
Yeah.
just tickles him.
Yeah.
So he was like epileptic, fucking basically sterile, mind of a like not adult, bald before 35, which isn't.
Why is that? Why is that? That happens. That's not. That's completely normal.
It's a
35?
They wanted to share normal things that
Okay,
happened to
good.
him.
Okay, good. All right.
And when he died, they
I'm surprised he made it to 35, honestly.
they operated on him. I mean, they like what do you call it?
Autopsy.
Autopsied. Apparently, he had corroded lungs. A heart the size of a peppercorn. His head was full of hot water, and he had one testicle.
Wait, start the list over. Wait, so his heart.
Corroded lungs.
Okay.
Heart the size of a peppercorn.
Which is tiny?
I think it's really small.
Yeah.
Head full of hot water.
Which, what does that mean? Like there wasn't blood? It was water?
Or no brain. His brain was just soup.
What happened to the brain? It's like, it's just hot water.
Yeah, soup for brains.
That makes me wonder a little bit.
And one testicle.
That part's for sure. But the other stuff, I'm like, do these autopsy people know how to, what year was this? Just like, yeah, put hot water and
Right, they're like, oh, that's leaking all kinds of stuff. It's warm.
that's just what blood is, hot water.
All right. It's hot, it's red like the one out of our pipes. This is Spain. Welcome to Spain.
Doing like a weird British accent. Welcome to Spain, then.
He's in Spain. Ladies and gentlemen
What was his name?
Charles, his
Charles
nickname was like
Habsburgs.
Spanish for the inbred. It was like El Heschesado or something like that.
Oof.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta read up on that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I'm still lost at Grandma Aunt.
That last rattling on of the autopsy, and it was just over. I'm like, what? No,
You
not
can't.
anymore.
There's got to be another page.
I Wikipedia'd it, and they weren't actually sure if he was that dumb.
How old was he?
And they weren't sure if his genetic issues were because of inbreeding. Because I guess he had a sister that like seemed pretty normal. And he had like a half brother that looked like a normal version of him. But you look at paintings of him, dude, and his jaw is like, his bottom lip doesn't touch his
I
top
love
lip.
that they're paintings because they're like, the painter's like, he's going to look at this. So
The painter's just like someone telling her like, is there a waiver I can sign? I don't die. You want it accurate.
I can make it like the smaller jaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the brother's like, no, go bigger.
The half
Make it
brother's
even
like,
bigger,
dude,
dude.
come on. Look at me, look at him.
He deserves this.
Right.
That's funny.
And yeah, so he couldn't reproduce, and then I think his half brother had a kid who like became king or something. But yeah, the Habsburg jaw. And it just got progressively worse with more inbreeding. And the TikTok showed like 12 photos of examples of the Habsburg jaw of different nobility. And one guy, I'm certain, was like wall-eyed. It was like a painting of a king that's just like, it's like, no.
And he's just got a crown
Like
on.
the guards need to do something. Like who is close to them that's like, we need to kill this one.
Yeah, I feel like that's how, because if you're a king and then your heir is like that,
Yeah.
you have to be like, for the sake of my country, I have to kill you.
I don't know. Well, because they all believed in like it's like sangrina pura or something. It was like the pure bloodline of the king.
Yeah, but if you're still a king and you understand,
how do you not look and go, this is not pure anymore? This is
you could just look at your
unpure.
son and be like, he's killing small animals. This isn't gonna, I need.
I don't even think it's. Oh, they did say he loved to hunt.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'm going to the forest to make death. And they're like, all right, buddy.
Okay. Come back whenever.
We got
Literally whenever.
Make it like an excursion, son.
Yeah.
Go deep. Yeah, Charles the Second, I want to say. Son of Philip of something. I don't fucking know, dude.
Always a Philip involved.
Inbreeding, man. That'll do a number on fools.
Yeah.
You know?
It's weird because like that we started with inbreeding.
Yeah, like what happened?
And then we were I think that's a little bit why, we've gotten so far away from it.
That's why in my book, we've just had to. Yeah, that's fucking heavy, dude.
Yeah, it's like where do you go from here kind of a deal.
Pharaohs had to be inbred, I think. I think they said King Tut was like not right. He wasn't all there, I think. Because his mom and dad were brother and sister? Which is like, again, that royal bloodline. It's crazy that people can come out normal out of that.
Yeah, I think it's like
It's a crapshoot.
it's a crapshoot. The odds get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more. And then.
Yeah, that's like some shit my mom introduced to me for sure. She's like, it's like one of her dark like stories, there was a man in my village, 8 children, and when they go to the store, even there's like 23, they all have to hold hands. They can't.
All 8 of them?
They'd hold hands with the parent.
None of them were
They were all
mentally all there?
None of them, because they were related, so.
That just sounds like
And then
your
my
mom.
mom's just like, so what do you want to watch?
So you stop kissing cousin, okay?
Yeah, she's like,
It just
Zack.
sounds like a story she made up so you'd stop.
Right. It's like the old parents saying, like, don't stick your hand out the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was like, don't have sex with Joey.
Yeah. Do not.
Because he will make weird baby.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so my mom's Moroccan, for those of you
Oh,
who-
yeah. And
Torio likes Diet Dr.
I like
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. And Zack doesn't mind kind of hovering around the that voice he did earlier.
The British
The underbite voice.
The undervoice one.
He thinks that as long as he makes it also British,
It's
then it's not a mentally challenged voice.
It's not rice. Yeah, so
Man.
that's, I guess, the motto of this episode. The theme is
Come and try to cancel us.
brother, sister, you get your own rooms. Okay?
Unless there's not enough rooms.
Do you think that ever goes through a parent's head? God, I hope they don't have sex. We've raised them better than that.
I mean, we didn't grow up with sisters.
No.
So I don't think that thought ever gets... I would think it doesn't even get thought.
Right.
But
Right.
based on all of the porn these days, people are thinking about it.
Right. Well, you just wonder if you're like both like hitting puberty and like,
Yeah.
you know, hormones are raging.
And you don't have a car. You're just always at home bored.
And maybe your parents never mentioned it, you know, or if you're not like as in society.
Right.
God.
Like you live in the backwoods, West Virginia.
I go on one of the TikTok accounts I follow is like things admitted on Reddit. So it'll be like, what's the craziest coincidence, or what's the darkest thing that ever happened to you? You know, what's something you've never admitted to anyone?
Ooh.
And this guy said, I mean, it was just typed out, but it's like the robot voice reading it. You know, like when I was younger, and it said, basically the story was when I was younger, I was home from college. So it was my sister. Our parents were gone. We were drunk. We were roughhousing, and it turned to us having sex. I woke up the next day mortified. My sister was apparently blacked out because she never acted weird or seemed like she remembered it at all. And years go by. We never talked about
We're
it.
raising this child.
And then my dad one night is having a fight with my sister and curses her out for having taking her to get that abortion years ago. And he's like, and that would have been our baby. And it seems like one of those like horror stories people kind of just write on the internet, you know?
Right,
like,
could be not real.
Totally. Like I've seen just like fucked up shit people type that you're like, oh, no, I'm sorry, that didn't happen. Like there wasn't a serial killer in your bathroom for a second. Like I used to read like ghost stories and stuff like people would write and swear it happened to them. Like it wasn't like, here's a spooky tale. They're like, I shit you not. Summer of 2003, I was home from college and there was a man standing in my bedroom, you know, like.
Okay, but so what?
That was it. That was the one thing that he never admitted to anyone and it was like a dark TikTok thing.
But now you kind of ruined it. You don't think it's real though?
I hope it's not. I hope the guy's just really creative.
Or she could have gotten a different abortion.
Totally. I was like, that ain't your kid, dude.
That is, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah. So, and then for those of you visiting, this is pretty much what every episode is like.
Pretty much.
Like verbatim, which is not good. I hate to think we're the only verbatim podcast out there.
It's wild because you think we would remember the stories that we tell.
Totally.
But nope, we don't.
Or whether or not we believe it's real. Equally shocked every week. I'm really excited for this weekend. I have friends visiting in town, and we're gonna go eat. My inner foodie is.
But you're not going to. What restaurants are you going to?
Torio.
Damn, dude.
Torio, we got to talk.
Damn,
we gotta talk.
There's so many restaurants that you could have gone to.
We're going to a bunch.
And you're going to that one without me. After I specifically asked you not to.
Torio.
Yeah.
We will go there. When you're ready to go.
I'm not going
there.
with you.
When you're ready to go there, we're going to go there,
No
man.
way.
You don't have money. You've already said this.
I don't give a shit, dude. I could put it on credit with all these new YouTube followers.
Now you get new credit cards?
Yeah, you get.
So you go to a bank and they're just like, all right, bud, looks like you've been unemployed for a while. Can we see your like any sort of YouTube, Instagram following you got going here? This is LA Bank.
Dude, between my TikTok and now our YouTube, I'm famous. Dude.
LA Bank, you're just doing a small business loan pitch.
Like,
and
you got a
all
cosigner?
right, so let's
like,
see.
Yeah, I got 47,000 cosigners.
Yeah.
And you just slide
Wow.
it over.
Those are some.
All right.
Those are some weekly engagements. Yeah, right this way.
We'll get you the titanium card.
Yeah, we're gonna give you the platinum steel package. How would you like a house in the hills?
I can't believe you're going to that restaurant, dude. I can't even look at you right
Do you want to go to brunch with us?
I can't. No.
Okay.
I want to go to the Italian restaurant.
You
I
don't
don't
even
even
know
say the
what
name.
it's called.
I'm not even going to say
don't
the
even
name.
know what
she
it's-
went to Sonoma State. She's a fellow Seawolf.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wait, Sonoma States are sea wolves?
Yeah. She was probably a Cossack. They were Cossacks, but then that's racist. So they had to change their names.
Cossacks.
Yeah. They had to change their. I don't think people knew. Well, maybe people knew, but like
I
didn't
know.
know what a Cossack was.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, like 5 years ago we were the Cossacks, but they had to get rid of it because And I'm like, yeah, of course I know.
Obvious.
But apparently they did a lot of the murder. Pillaging.
Yeah, let's just leave it at pillaging.
Let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
You don't need the other word.
You don't need all at all.
Did they do it? Of course.
Look, there was a village. There was no longer a village. Cossacks came and went. Fill in the blanks.
Things happen, and now we're the sea wolves.
That'd be so funny.
They don't
just
kill
seeing, like,
or pillage 'cause they're
Genghis
not
Khan
real.
on the stand. So what happened? How'd you get these riches and bring them back? We met people. And the guys are like, he's looking at it like, shut up. Shut the fuck.
You met people. What is that?
And they just gave it to you? Where are they? They're sleeping.
They're gone.
They're sleeping.
They took off.
Yeah.
They took off. They said, we're taking off.
We told them, you come here and we'll give you stuff. And they're like, no!
Oh, you just borrow what you want.
Go.
Yeah.
Genghis
And,
Khan's mom.
They might be home. They might be home.
So you
check-
went out and you rode horses for 9 months. And you made friends over the mountains.
Lots of friends.
And none of them wanted to come back with you.
Well, a lot of we went. I know what mountains you're talking to about now, and actually, I don't think there was anyone over there.
Well,
I think we got there because like you thought is what we thought. There's tons of people over there, like living villages, and it turns out because we went over there to check that it's just a bunch of just burnt ground.
that's very convenient. You tell me that, son, because, I was washing garments by the river, as I am wont to do.
Yeah. And those, but whose garments?
Ours.
I think maybe that got mixed up with.
And there was
Eric's.
blood on yours. Oh, those are Eric's?
Yeah, Genghis's best friend Eric.
Eric Khan.
Yeah.
You're not going to change his last name, are you? Fuck. Well, I saw Dolores, who lives over in the mountain village, and she was none too pleased with how you guys treated her village.
You didn't kill Dolores? I thought we said no witnesses.
She said you let
Eric.
She said, that you told her, run and tell the others what you saw here today.
Dude, that's right. I did say that.
Bet you didn't expect her to
thing
run to
about-
tell your mama.
The thing about Dolores is that she's old.
She was old.
And I think she's just seeing things. And she's a little racist. She thinks us we all us Mongols look the
Honey,
same.
this is a different time. We're all racist.
Exactly.
And don't you think you're perpetuating a bit of a stereotype? Everyone thinks Mongols are just going to ride into their town and pillage them and come back with their
Well, you know what?
silk.
Maybe it's how I was raised. Did you think of that?
Honey,
Maybe it's a
look
self-fulfilling
around.
prophecy.
Look around. We have
And this is
enough
what I was-
silk. When will it be enough?
It's never enough silk.
This guy loves silk.
Do you believe in okay, this is I'm not proud of this.
Okay.
But are you familiar with The Secret, the law of attraction?
I don't know specifically what the secret is,
Okay, so
but basically manifest it and it will happen.
you manifest it and it'll happen. And so I'm the biggest skeptic of it. And yet it might be real.
Why? What changed your mind?
I'm open to the possibility. Well, someone messaged me because I had brought The Secret up to him years ago.
Okay.
And I was like, check it out, man. It might be good for you.
Back when you were believed in it?
I've never chosen. I've read it. I read the book,
Got
but
it.
it's I don't, it's one of those things where I think there's something to it, but it's also kind of a cult. You know what I mean? Yeah, positive thinking is good for you.
Yes.
But there's not actually a science to it.
Right.
But so this person hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I just want to thank you for like bringing that into my life because like it's changed my life." And I'm like,
What happened?
"What?"
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Oh, I'm happy. I have money. You know, like all the stuff that the secret."
Whoa.
And so I'm like, "All right." I have it on audiobook from like years ago.
Uh-huh.
So I'm driving up to the bay. I'm listening to it. And then, you know, we got 50,000 followers. You know, like a lot of things start coming into my life. You know? Just like little things.
Are you bullshitting me right
Not
now?
bullshitting you.
Oh, whoa.
So then I'm listening to it more. I've listened to like some of it on the way. And then on the drive back, there's like, you can give it little tests, like if you're a skeptic. And so they're like, just think of something small and just see if it comes into your life. And so I'm just like, all right, I want to see the number 324 on a license plate. You know how license plates have 3 letters and then 3 numbers?
Yeah.
And I don't. And I'm like, this is bullshit, dude. You know? It's
Yeah.
just like I did the test.
Right.
Now I know. And then I pull into the driveway, you know, at my house and I get out and I look at my phone. 324.
Whoa.
And I had this moment of like, I hate when shit like this happens.
Totally.
Because I'm like such a cynic.
I can totally picture the cynic in you going, it's not a license plate though, but you know, like don't buy in.
Don't buy into it.
It's not a license plate. You said license plate. We all heard it.
Plate. So
That's so funny that
those
is
little things.
that you're turning. You know, that's like a really funny I don't know, like sketch or like beginning to a TV show or something, but
Right.
that scene of someone coming up to someone as cynical as you,
Right.
and saying, "Dude, thank you so much for that little nugget of wisdom you shared with me. It has changed my life."
And I was
you're
like,
"Let me see that again."
And well, just means like I did that as a joke.
Oh, really? Well, you said you believed in it, kind of.
Well,
back then.
I didn't do it as a. But I'm saying it'd be funny. Like,
Oh,
I
right,
did
right,
this
right.
as like, but kind of everything I do is like. I mean, I make fun of crystals a ton.
Yeah, but
But
you
it's
hang
like,
on to them
but
tight.
it's like I got a couple crystals. Yeah, kind of cool. Like people be like I got the Co-Star app. It's like, yeah, I don't believe in astrology, but I think it's a good. I love the stories of it. Like I'm
Right.
attracted to it.
Right.
I think that for me, that's like most of religion and spirituality
Totally.
and like life.
Yeah. The answer isn't coming in that neat little package that you
No.
expect going into it.
No,
but
it's like laughing's my favorite thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, things that I consider serious, whatever, I'm gonna make fun of them.
yeah.
Like I'm meanest to my closest friends, making
Yeah.
fun of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like I'm so lost in what I think is and isn't real,
Yeah.
and what is and isn't a joke.
Yeah, right. Right. Especially with that stand-up world of like suicide humor.
Yeah.
Where it's like it becomes like, we joking?
Are we?
Yeah.
You gonna kill yourself tomorrow?
Totally. It becomes that.
Yeah.
And then it's also like, is that like a form of manifesting that
Exactly.
that is
Am I
unintentional?
bringing my death and depression to me when I make fun of depression and death?
Right. Like the more I do it, the more I'm
yeah.
like waking the spirits.
Yeah.
You know, that's funny. I vividly remember as a little kid being at Round Table Pizza, and they had these like 25-cent machines, like a gumball machine, but it was stickers.
Yeah, I remember those.
And they were
I'd always get the football helmet ones.
oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So this one was an X-Men one.
Okay.
And I really wanted a Cyclops. A Cyclops I loved as X. I used to like draw him.
He was great.
And I was like praying. I wasn't like praying, but I was like, please be Cyclops. Please be Cyclops. You know, like big, you know, like Zoltar machine. I want to be big. I want this one to be Cyclops. And as a little kid, basically as a little boy, the last one you want is a girl. Even if it's Storm, I was always like, girl.
Yeah, Storm is pretty tight. But yeah,
Storm
if you get like
is about
Jubilee,
as cool as
that'd be a
girls
bummer.
got.
Rogue was pretty dope too.
Rogue was cool. But like, yeah, either a main character girl, like top 3.
Yeah.
But any fringe girls, I'm like, who even are you?
Yeah. Who is Psylocke?
Yeah. So
Is that who you got?
I wanted Cyclops.
You got Psylocke.
So when I pulled it out, I was like, I need to speak more clearly. As a little kid.
Did you get Psylocke?
I did get Psylocke. I said, please be Cyclops. Please be
What's
Cyclops.
funny is Psylocke was
Psylocke. And I was
not
like,
to be.
I kept it. And I kept it
She's
for a
the
while.
hottest one.
She was hot.
Yeah.
But she had like, basically, I was a Ninja Turtles fan as a kid too. She just had Raphael's weapons.
Right. Yeah,
so I
yeah,
was
yeah.
kind of like, you just have Raphael.
You're
You're
just
like,
Raphael. Yep.
yeah, you're like wannabe Raph.
Raffi.
So yeah, that was that was like my first
That's funny.
manifesting, like
Manifestation.
self-realization. Because there were no books out about that in my world yet.
Yeah.
So I just remember being like, okay, next time you ask the Lord for something, speak clearly from the diaphragm. But yeah, when I first moved to LA, Elizabeth was way into crystals, and she would like give me like things, you know, like this helps with this. Like let's go get some. It'll be fun. And I would get some that were like,
You just
bring
press them into
fortune.
sand.
I'd like go to potluck hoping my name would get called, and I'd come home and just be like, this is crap. These are rocks. I'd be so mad.
It's not about the rock, dude. It's about how you interpret them.
Well, that's the
how you
crazy
think
part
about
is like our minds draw patterns and connections from so many things going on in the world. How can we keep track of what is what?
Yeah.
There's a funny thing that my sister-in-law told me at this wedding I was at over the weekend. That really hit me as like a funny premise for a bit. And she didn't even say you should put this in your act, which I think made me more open to it.
Totally.
But she had recently gone vegan. Okay. And my reaction to that was, have you noticed any differences? Like, she's already very like physically fit. She cycles all the time. But I meant like mentally.
She cycles? Like
she's a
bicycle.
cyclist.
Got it.
Like rides her bike, but not like mountain biking. Like she's spandex warrior type of thing.
Understand.
And so I was like, have you noticed any like differences? She's like, I mean, I still ride, still get sore the same amount. I'm like, what about like mentally, like, you know, any like clarity or energy? She's like, I mean, I don't know. She's like, what's the status of everything in life? Like, how am I supposed to even know if it's working? She's like, it could be working. And I'm like, that is really funny. Like any sort of health change you're making, there's so many variables that could be fucking you up along the way that it's like, how is meditation been going? Life's still pretty rough.
Yeah.
I'm getting out there.
Well, like when people ask me about like how I treat my anxiety, right?
Yeah.
Or like people like that develop panic attacks. Like, what do you do for a panic attack? And I'm like, so many things. And I don't know which work, but like I know that doing all of them has made my life better, you know? So like, I have less panic attacks now. And it's like, is that because I eat less at night or I've changed caffeine? Maybe. Is it because I meditate? Maybe. Is it?
But it's just like, give me it all.
But it's just like, these are like my 10 coping strategies.
And you're not sure which one's helping, but.
Well, I think.
Combination of all of them.
I think the combination and just the fact that you're working at it.
Yeah.
Like your brain is just being positive.
Yeah.
And making efforts.
Yeah.
You know? So,
I do think there's something in life about that where like, and some people call it manifesting, but I think it's like karmic or something. But if you it sounds very hippie-ish, and now we're LA residents. Like our driver's license says we have to believe this now.
We got to get a candle lit.
But if you're putting even work, like if you are, and I can't speak for everyone because there are people that we see work at comedy all the time, and they're just like delusionally bad.
Right.
But generally, if you can like work on yourself and in the process work on something, you'll get good at it if you really enjoy it.
You'll get some results.
If you're not expecting the payoff, that's the tricky thing.
Right.
Is like, okay, I'm going to be a Christian because I want to be the best person or get into heaven. It's like, well, I don't know if it's that direct result you're going to get, but you might like through prayer
the way I look at it is if you live in this mindset of kind of what you were talking about, like expecting results.
Yeah.
If you live in this headspace where it's just you're constantly expecting results, then that's going to be your present. You're always going to be like, so then what you're working towards is just a version of you that's still expecting results.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you get the results.
Yeah.
You know, if you frame everything as like someday I'm going to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Then you're just always going to be banging your head against a blank page thinking about this Oscar.
Right. Thinking about the goals you didn't reach.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've been reaching different goals.
Yeah. It's like you've been chasing that same dream without realizing that that's not what you were actually chasing.
I think Bryan Cranston was in an interview saying
I called him Michael Cranston earlier.
This episode?
This episode earlier when you brought up Breaking Bad.
Oh, weird.
And
was
I
it
remember,
Michael Cranston?
I said, and you brushed right over it.
Well, because I was like, no, this guy's name we don't know.
And then like 30 seconds later, I was like, oh, Bryan Cranston. So I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah,
that is
weird.
I can correct that now.
But Bryan Cranston did an interview about his piece of shit brother Michael. He did an interview saying if you're moving to LA to be an actor, and you're moving in with the mindset of 2 years, I'll give it 2 years. I'll give it my all. He's like, just go, leave, go, be happy, because this isn't how it happens. And I think if you're able to find a way to enjoy, it sounds cheesy and it sounds like do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. It's like, no, it's still fucking work. And it's not everything you're learning for what you love aren't things you love.
Right.
You know, like social media is an unhealtty place to be, but we have to be there.
Yeah.
My brother isn't on any of it. And I envy that freedom.
Yeah, totally.
But so you have to do shit you don't want to put up with. But if you find ways to just like, I don't know, I tried to sum up like why I do stand up. And I was talking with actually Tony and Emily about it. A lot of us, it's a narcissistic thing. Like I've always wanted to perform. We've talked about that. But I do feel like there's a joy I get about like making others have a good time.
Absolutely. I mean, that's something you learn at like, you know, I look at like my 3-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
And it's like, he has this just kind of instinctual thing to like want to laugh and to make other people laugh.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that's one of the first things you learn.
Yes.
Is to like,
let's have a good time.
Yes. Let's play.
Let's play.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
but a lot of people don't have that.
I think everyone has it and they unlearn it because the world's just fucking, I think everyone still has it to a degree. You know?
Yeah.
I think they're just they become so shy or so anxious or so angry or bitter or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, I think everyone's born with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
That's a powerful ending, dude.
Is that how we're going to end it?
That might be a banger in and of itself.
Oof. I like it. All right, man. Any final thoughts?
Let's see.
Make someone laugh.
Okay, mine is be present.
But also,
can I tell you mine or not? Be present.
Okay.
Because the present is a gift.
Christmas.
And hold on. The gift
is a calendar.
Now just hang tight. Hang tight over there in silence.
Okay.
The gift can be.
Oh, now you want me to not be silent?
Shut your mouth.
Still be silent. Okay.
Shut your goddamn mouth. This is like a dad trying to be like positive to his kids and hates his wife. Can I finish my goddamn moment of fucking zen?
Can you make it?
All right.
All
Just
right.
let me be.
God, it's not your fault we're getting divorced.
Honey, we love you. We hate mommy.
You and me hate mommy.
Remember? Let's play a game. Who can this family do without?
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Mommy! Be present, kiddo, because soon life's going to speed on by and you're married to a fucking demon. A demon.
And you'll just be
made a
bald at
35. Yeah, it turns out your parents are related. You need to get a DNA test, little Charlie. And now you got to be king. Look at me, bud. Look at me. Flashy light. Flashy light.
Look at the keys.
Candle. Charlie. Okay, drain his head. It's all hot water again.